Rome was the capital of the ancient world's greatest empire, a multi-ethnic powerhouse founded on military strength, whose economy was driven by sophisticated technology and the sweat of slaves, and which, at its height, was ruled by one supremely powerful man, the emperor.
In 54 AD, that man was Nero, Rome's fifth emperor, who oversaw a gigantic empire now sprawling across 3 continents. But according to the Roman historian Tacitus, behind the scenes, 2 people with very different outlooks were battling for control of this teenage emperor. The first was Nero's mother, Agrippina, great-granddaughter of Augustus, widow and niece of the late Emperor Claudius. The second was his tutor, the celebrated philosopher Seneca. Despite Seneca's advice, Nero soon began to exhibit a taste for cruelty and debauchery. His choice of mistresses led to furious arguments with his mother, who felt her control slipping away. Then, 4 months into his reign, she crossed a line.
Do I have to remind you how you got here? You are here because of me. And I can remove that favor just as quickly. And bestow it on another.
My half-wit, half-brother. He lacks both the character and the intelligence to rule.
No matter. With me by his side to guide him.
But I am first citizen of Rome. And your son.
And he is the son of a divine emperor.
Then he is indeed mightier than me.
What have you done?
It seems that Agrippina was indeed losing her grip. Her attempts to reassert control had infuriated Nero, and he'd had her thrown out of the palace. Desperate to claw back some influence, it was said that she'd even tried to seduce her own son. Now, I think that's probably untrue, but it is indicative of a problem. Tongues were starting to wag. The rumour merchants were beginning to peddle stories that there were cracks in the imperial machine. Now, all this really mattered, because we should never forget how publicly life was played out in ancient Rome. For instance, it was vital that the emperor was seen to engage in religious worship. One of the reasons he'd come down here to this festival. It was a way of showing off your reverence for the gods and showing off to the people.
During the festival, Nero suddenly became affectionate and attentive towards his mother, even giving her a gorgeous gift, a luxurious new boat.
But then a horror. One night, as she was travelling back across this bay from a boozy banquet, one of the crew gave a signal, and a lead weight came crashing down to the cabin, killing the man beside her and throwing Agrippina and one of her maidservants into the water. The servant, thinking that this would save her, cried out that she was the emperor's mother. One of Nero's henchmen pushed her under the waves.
Tell him I am fine. He mustn't worry. I just need some time to rest. Tell him I will come and see him in a day or so. Let me find my servants to attend to your needs. You must be weary after your journey here.
One night, Next to the Circus Maximus, the great chariot racing stadium, a fire broke out. It tore through Rome's tightly packed streets and burned for 6 days. Hundreds of people died, and a third of the city was destroyed. It was the greatest disaster this place had ever known, and came to be known as the Great Fire of Rome. Rome was so traumatized that quickly rumors started to fly that the fire had been started on the orders of Emperor Nero himself. And men and women started to whisper that the playboy emperor had been spotted strumming his lyre and singing while the city burned. Nero responded with a reign of terror, executing all those connected with the conspiracy. When even Seneca was implicated, Nero granted his old mentor a special dispensation.
Take him.
The Prytorian Guard, 6,000 strong, were a potent force in Roman politics. It was the Praetorians who butchered the Emperor Caligula and his family when he'd overstepped the mark, and who'd chosen Claudius to replace him. They had the power to make or break an emperor.
According to Suetonius, as Nero prepared to flee Rome, he had a final meeting with the prefects of the guard.
I can count on your support and protection.
I am your lord and emperor, and I demand your service!
My lord, you must be careful. Your singing voice.
To hell with my singing.
Is it such a terrible thing to die?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Nero, deserted by his own guards, finally grasped the mortal danger he was in.
By dawn, Nero had reached the outskirts of Rome, where he took refuge in the villa of Phaon, who was one of his few remaining loyal servants. The historian Suetonius tells us in vivid detail about the last moments of Nero's reign.
With soldiers closing in, Nero was running out of options.
But if I can reach Alexandria, they will not follow me there.
But all the roads are blocked. Galba's troops are marching on Rome. He would not even make the coast.
Then what? The senators say they will beat me to death with iron bars in the Forum. What an end is this for an emperor of Rome? I must hasten my own end. My dear Epaphroditus.
Will you take the sword?
Take it.
Show me the way to eternity. Do to yourself as I would. Wait, they're coming.
What loyalty?